Morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's weekend's going very well. It's good to see you again. Java. Mmm. Fantastic. Happy Sunday, guys. May 8th. Another day of Lost Ark content. Yeah. Lost Ark. Had a good day yesterday, but a couple of really good weekends in a row in Lost Ark. Feeling like really nice progression. I like it. Before we hop into our gaming segment, though, we will do what we do every day to stay current on what's going on in the industry, gaming industry, and check out the news. Cool. Let's get it. Get my camera out of the way. Perfect. All right. Again, I hope everybody's day is going well. I hope your weekend has been nice. Let's do the news. Oh, so good. So good. Um, Star Citizen is doing bed sheet deformation physics now because of course it is. Let's see what that's about. Okay, it looks like Xbox has gotten most of their issues sorted. Apparently. Let's take a look at IGN's report here and see what's going on. If you didn't catch the news segment yesterday or you're not aware, they were having some significant issues with their live services. Um, Basically, streaming anything from Xbox Game Pass, making purchases. Across the board, they were having issues. By the time we had kind of finished up news, it looked like a lot of that stuff had been sorted, but they were still having some issues with certain apps playing correctly on their consoles and things like I think Netflix and like Disney Plus, stuff like that. But we'll see where it's at right now. Maybe they'll let us know what was going on. Probably not, but maybe. New PS4, PS5 console exclusive is officially dead. Let's see what that is. We talked about the Video Game Hall of Fame already. If you're not familiar, Sid Meier's Civilization, Dance Dance Revolution, the Ocarina of Time, Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Miss Pac-Man were all inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame this year. Awesome. We talked about the Board Ape Yacht Club NFT loss. Uh, I'm not surprised. As far as I'm concerned, stay away from NFTs. Um, all I can do is throw that advice out there. It's a very scummy, scammy kind of thing that's going on in the industry right now. My advice is to stay away from NFTs. TLDR. I've talked about it a lot in previous news segments. Go take a look. Find them on YouTube. We've talked about Fortnite going to mobile devices as well as um, being able to be played through like Steam Deck and stuff now too. We've already talked about the most wishlisted game on Steam being delayed the day before. It's getting delayed because they're pivoting over to Unreal Engine 5. You know, we actually dove into this article a couple days ago. And nothing on that page. Let's go. Um, we talked about this yesterday as well. Basically, all of the PC versions of the Souls games have not had online capabilities since early January or mid January, something like that. I think mid January. Um, significant vulnerability found in the games, specifically having to do with their online play that basically made it to where there was a massive exploit, a very bad exploit. Um, Now, from what I understand, Elden Ring was built on the same system. Apparently, they fixed it in time for Elden Ring. All the other Souls games are still offline. If on PC, you're still not able to play those games online. Um, I don't know what's going on with From Software slash Bandai Namco. They have not been publicly addressing it. They have not been letting anybody know when that capability will be back, and it's pretty significant considering that a lot of what revolves around those games is being connected to their servers, right? So um, feels bad. Feels bad. They're not communicating with the player base or anything. It's pretty terrible. We're over 100 days in now since they took the servers down. No news at all. Titanfall 3 reportedly spotted for pre-order in GameStop. Okay, let's see what that's about. What are you doing this weekend, chat? What are you doing? Go one more page. Bit bleak this morning. Sundays tend to be that way from time to time. Yep. GPU prices could soon drop below MSRP, triggering a surge. Let's see what this is about. We've seen some articles suggesting that we're going to start seeing supply come back for a lot of GPUs and stuff. Um, Whereas getting your hand on one has been virtually not impossible, kind of impossible. Feels like getting a huge win if you can get your hands on one. Um, since what mid to late 2020 all the way through now, and the prices have just been you know insane. If you're not able to get one, you know, especially if you're trying to get one not retail. Yeah, and this is good to hear. This is good to hear. So we'll take a look. Pivot, change up our search real quick, see if we can find anything that we didn't come across already. Hall of Fame we talked about. I've already hit this up before as well. Yeah, I mean, if you're not aware, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is the top grossing video game movie ever. Um, it is apparently very, very good and has absolutely just crushed the box office. So, if you dig Sonic, you just dig movies in general, or especially video game adaptations into movies or shows, I think it's probably worth checking out. The first one was entertaining. Apparently, the second one blows it out of the water. So, first one was cool. I thought it was really good. I thought it was very entertaining. But apparently, the second one is nice, real nice, nice. Um, we've already talked about this over the past couple of days as well, which is in the Embracer Group has purchased all of the North America developers owned by Square Enix. Yeah. Along with that, they got the IPs for Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and Thief, as well as potentially taking over like the Marvel's Avengers stuff. Not sure about that yet, but for a measly $300 million, you know what I mean? It's $300 million is a lot of money, but considering how much some of these other companies are paying for acquiring other devs, such as Microsoft paying 68 billion dollars to get Blizzard Activision. What was the price on I mean, many billions of dollars as well for Sony to acquire Bungie. Um, 300 million is kind of like pocket change to grab the Square Enix stuff here in North America, and to get those IPs as well. And apparently, Embracer Group has already announced that they are working on new Tomb Raider Deus Ex titles. So we'll see. Um, the flip side is yesterday we actually came across another article regarding Square Enix that the rumor is that Square Enix might be getting purchased by PlayStation. So we'll have to wait and see if we come up with any more news on that front. But it could be the case, I guess. We'll see. We've heard a few different rumors regarding acquisitions, the what could be the next big acquisition, and at this point, it could either be Ubisoft, potentially EA, or Square Enix. It looks like. Doctor Strange fans want a video game from Control Dev Remedy Entertainment. I actually spoke with one of my friends yesterday that has already watched um, the new Doctor Strange film, and apparently it's very good. It is much darker, I think it sounds like, than the first one, and pretty wild. Pretty wild. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see it. I love the Doctor Strange. I love Doctor Strange. The first one was amazing. Um, can't wait to see the second one. We already talked about WWE signing a new video game deal with 2K. Um, that game apparently is always released as a hot dang mess, and they don't really keep up with trying to, or they don't do a very good job at addressing the issues within the game either. So um, AEW is the new wrestling game coming out, which should provide a good amount of competition in the video game industry now, since this is, from what I understand, one of the one if not the only big wrestling game that is actually out there on aside from mobile. So we'll see. We'll see. Competition is good. We've talked about Netflix a lot. I'm not going to dive into that. In Microsoft's Activision deal, it's not just stock prices, but a future world at stake. Okay. Last page. Let's see what we got. We've read about the TSM CEO Andy Din fostering the culture of fear at esports. Uh, we've already taken a look at this. We've talked about it a lot, so go look at the previous news segments if you're interested. It would be roughly 2 to 3 days ago. We talked about this as well. Um, okay. Okay. Cool. That's what we'll have for this morning. We've also talked about, quite often we talk about the potential benefits, and there can definitely be some negatives to video gaming. And that's with anything in the world, though, right? Most things in the world, there are positive and negative aspects to it. It just depends on how you incorporate it into your life. Specifically here, video games treating cognitive disorders. Um, I've actually I am very aware that certain type, especially certain types, certain genres of video games, like real time strategy games, can have an actual increase playing. What was it? An hour to 2 hours a day, I think. I think it was just around an hour a day. An individual playing an hour a day each week significantly increases cognitive functioning levels. Now, as far as treating cognitive disorders, I don't know, but there is definitely something to be said for the way that specific different genres of games can make your mind process information and help out in certain areas. Again, not sure about the cognitive disorder stuff, but there are positives again as well as negatives. It just depends on how you're incorporating things into your life. Let's see here. Star Citizen is doing bedsheet deformation physics now because, of course, it is. Cloud Imperium says the tech is important for immersion. Star Citizen players are saying other things. Star Citizen has been in development for well over a decade now. We just talked about Star Citizen. Um, don't get this confused with Starfield. Starfield is the new Bethesda game coming out. Star Citizen is a game that was kickstarted mid 2000s, I think, and late 2000s, late 2000s, uh, I think, and was supposed to be released in 2014, if I remember correctly. And it is still only released in like what they call modules. The full game is still not released, and it's kind of become just a huge meme in the industry at this point because so much money has been raised for this game, and it's still not out. Still not out. Cloud Imperium says the tech is important for immersion. Yeah. Star Citizen has been in development for well over a decade now, during which time it has raised more than $450 million in crowdfunding. And if you're wondering why it's still in an alpha state after all that time and money, the latest update from developer Cloud Imperium Games might hold a clue. It all comes down to something called bedsheet deformation, which is exactly what it sounds like, ensuring that blankets on beds are mussed up accurately, just like they would be in real life. This is important because the sleep and bed relaxation element of Squadron 42, the single player portion of Star Citizen, was recently updated so NPCs are now able to find and enter their beds, and then sleep until they're scheduled to get up. We knew early on to hit the fidelity we expected for Squadron 42, we would need to do some R&D on bedsheet deformation, the AI content team explained. Apparently straight-faced, this work is currently underway and if successful will allow the AI to deform their sheets when entering, exiting, or sleeping inside them. This is a challenging assignment and expands the complexity of the feature. For example, what happens to the sheets if the AI needs to exit the bed in an emergency? This game was supposed to release in 2014. It is still in an alpha state because they are focusing on making sure that bed sheets are lifelike when NPCs get in and out of them. Are you kidding me? That's certainly a concern, I guess. Although, to be honest, I suspect that would be in the midst of a crisis like an alien attack or a catastrophic blowout. I wouldn't be spending too much of my time looking to see how believable the NPC sleeping quarters are. Based on reactions to the update on Reddit, it seems that quite a few Star Citizen players feel the same way. What the actual flip? This game was supposed to be out years ago. Not just years ago, like 8 years ago. Full release 8 years ago. And they're implementing bedsheet deformation. I'm done. R&D on bedsheet deformation. For a game that is 10 years overdue, that's the fidelity that players are waiting for. That's the fidelity that players are waiting for. Sorry, there's a question mark there. I'm not sure about the rest of you, but this is a feature I can safely say we could wait for the patch in 2083. Is this a joke? No wonder they can't finish this thing. Pointless feature creep at its most extreme. How about just getting the game out the door before worrying about how a bedsheet will deform? I thought Rockstar shrinking horse balls were ridiculous already, but that's a new level of uselessness. Do sheets with different thread counts deform in a consistent way, or does the physics model need to be able to deal with Egyptian cotton separately? That is the best quote I've read so far. Some of the unhappiness seems to stem from the fact that the new bedsheet system is the very first thing listed in the briefing, which some readers may have taken as a sign of its priority. In fact, the updates are ordered alphabetically by team, and AI content just happens to come first. There's plenty of other activity going on. The animation team, for instance, worked on improvements to facial animations for several characters, while the gameplay story team updated several scenes in Chapter 1 with new motion capture. Most of that work, though, seems like it will have some material impact on the game. Bedsheet deformation, not so much. Immersion is certainly a worthwhile goal, but at some point, I feel like it might be the sort of thing that you could just sacrifice in favor of, focus. Even though neither Star Citizen nor Squadron 42 are out yet, Cloud Imperium began talking about potential sequels earlier this year. What? In February, the studio also reworked its development roadmap, ironically to avoid distractions from unhappy followers. Wow. Yeah. So look, we talked about Star Citizen. It came up in the community here recently, and there were some people that weren't aware of this game that has just turned into the biggest like meme and kind of troll out there at this point. Um, if you're interested, go pull up Star Citizen Wikipedia and or go back and look at the news segment from a couple of days ago. I think we looked at it in the news segment. Um, it is pretty brutal. So the thing is, it wasn't just Kickstarter, right? So Kickstarter got this whole thing going, right? And then what they started doing was selling in-game items to help continue to fund the development of the game. Ships and things like that you could buy to use in-game, and I mean, here we are. The game was supposed to full release in 2014 initially. That's not talking about when they started development on this thing, and it's 2022 at this point. So to hear things about them coming out and saying that, how would they not expect some backlash for going, why are you working on bedsheet deformation? I again, I think they nailed it in this article. Definitely something I feel like could be patched in at some point, in order to focus on some things that actually need to get done to get this game released for the people that have been waiting on it forever. I think they've lost most of their player base at this point, probably. Um, I don't know, man. Kind of mind blowing. Xbox says players can once again purchase and launch games or start cloud gaming sessions. All is well in the world of Xbox. Xbox support has confirmed that players should no longer be seeing issues when it comes to purchases, launching games, or joining cloud gaming sessions. They also thanked everyone for being patient and wished everyone some happy gaming. Uh, yeah, games on disc had no issue, but it's the digital side of things that was all messed up. Let me pull up their. Let's just look at their Twitter real quick. So 8 hours ago, they actually got players may be seeing improvement when purchasing and launching games and cloud gaming sessions. Working on a full resolution. If you still see issues, rebooting your console may help. Keep an eye on our status page. 6 hours ago, players should no longer be seeing issues when it comes to purchases, launching games. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I thought yesterday we saw where they thought they had it kind of sorted out, but apparently they did not. Okay, but at least they got it sorted now. I guess. I wonder what the issue was. That's what I want to know. What was going on, man? What happened? Curiosity, right? All right. Well, at least it looks like you're getting everything sorted for all of you Xboxers out there. 1 second. Apologies. Um, a new PS4 and PS5 console exclusive is more or less officially dead. So far this year, PlayStation has released the likes of GT7, which is, in my opinion, trash because of all the transactions they put in the game, and they also. So if you're not familiar with GT7, they made GT7 now, or they made Gran Turismo 7, the latest iteration of the Gran Turismo series, um, where you can buy cars for money, and I'm talking a lot of money. And uh, then after they found out, people were finding efficient ways to grind currency in the game, um, so they could get these cards without having to pay money for them. And then they came out and patched the game to make it harder for people to grind their currency the way they were. Um, feels bad. Feels bad. I used to love Gran Turismo games. I'll never play this one because of that. And Horizon Forbidden West, two massive exclusive games. They were first party PlayStation exclusives, though, which are usually very high quality from top to bottom. Second and third party exclusives aren't so reliable. Over the years, third party and second party deals have given PlayStation players exclusives and consoles. Exclusives like Persona 5, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Detroit Become Human. These various partnerships have also provided the likes of Babylon's Fall, which released earlier this year via PC, PS4, PS5 from Square Enix and Platinum Games. The former has delivered some of the greatest games of all time over the years and many great PlayStation exclusives. Meanwhile, the latter is responsible for games and series like Bayonetta, Nier Automata, Astral Chain, and Vanquish. Platinum Games has delivered some classics since its inception in 2007, but the Japanese studio has also delivered some stinkers such as The Legend of Korra, Star Fox Zero, TMNT Mutants in Manhattan, and now Babylon's Fall. Babylon's Fall is an action RPG that was released back in March. Upon release, the game garnered Metacritic scores ranging from 40 to 46, depending on the platform. This not only makes it one of the biggest flops of the year, but given the context and who is involved, it makes it one of the biggest flops of all time. All of that said, it should come as no surprise that the game is already dead. At one point this week, the game had only one concurrent player on Steam. Meanwhile, it never managed to have more than 76 concurrent players on the platform at any point this week. It's dead on Steam. How the game is doing on PS5 and PS4, we don't know because PlayStation doesn't divulge data on concurrent players, but it's safe to assume it's in equally bad shape on PS platforms. Not only is Babylon's Fall only 2 months old, but it was pitched as a live service-like game, which makes its player count all the more troubling for Platinum Games and Square Enix. With how few people are playing it and how horribly it has reviewed, it's safe to assume the game is dead in the water. There you go. The flop. That'll work. Titanfall 3 reportedly spotted for pre-order in GameStop. According to multiple people, Titanfall 3 can allegedly be pre-ordered across GameStop retail stores in Germany. Titanfall series has established itself as a prominent FPS shooter in the gaming industry. Titanfall games intertwine mechs with a high-octane, fast-paced action in the usual FPS fashion to deliver an innovative experience. The series is very beloved by its passionate players, and their achievements have been witnessed time and time again. The loyal community has unified together several times, protects itself from hostile threats like cyberpunks, and has kept the Titanfall 2 servers up and running through diminishing odds. The chances of Titanfall 3 happening are pretty bleak. Respawn Entertainment has cited in the past they are not interested in another installment in the Titanfall series. If I remember correctly, Titanfall 2 actually reviewed as a decent game, but it didn't do very well. Um, if I remember correctly. Moreover, Respawn has its hands full with multiple Star Wars projects. However, not all hope is lost for Titanfall fans. The recent rumor is a ray of hope for this FPS's future. There have been multiple sightings of Titanfall 3 available for pre-order across GameStop retail stores in Germany. Many players have allegedly spotted the game available for pre-order across certain outlets. The employee told me it would probably release around fall, but on the Xbox, it said no release date. But on the not Xbox, but on the box it said no release date announced. So I don't know. I'm still not 100% sure if I just wasn't scammed out of is that euros? Is that euros? 10 euros down payment. But if others saw it too, there must be something. Text above the Titan Ball 3 packaging translates to pre-order now. In the image, we can see multiple games that can be pre-ordered, all of them being confirmed for release in the future. Quite weird that Titanfall 3 is available to be pre-ordered, but this could be a rare mistake. Some players have speculated this could be a tactic to grab money by GameStop in Germany, which is also unlikely because it would affect the enterprise entirely. Right. Others have speculated the user forged the post for attention, but similar sightings have been reported in the past, making this post unlikely to be fake either. Hmm. We suggest taking this with a massive grain of salt. Yeah. No concrete or official evidence indicates that Titanfall 3 is even in development, although Titanfall 3 is mentioned in the popular NVIDIA GeForce Now leak. Most games that get leaked out of the NVIDIA GeForce Now leaks usually they're very high percentage chance that those are real games. Uh, Learn that not every title reveal will be confirmed, however. Uh, okay, well, we'll have to keep tabs and see what's going on there. GPU prices could soon drop below MSRP, triggering a surge of gamers building PCs. Let's go. Build your own PC, gamers. Let's go. Corsair has some predictions for graphic cards and the broader PC market. Um, Corsair has said that it expects GPU availability to improve and pricing to be back to MSRP soon. And possibly we'll see the price tags drop below recommended pricing with discounts as more and more people build their own PCs in the second half of 2022. Uh, the company just revealed its quarter one financial results, with Corsair CEO Andy Paul observing that the quarter saw positive underlying growth trends in gaming hardware, despite some continued headwinds. And the chief exec specifically addressed the situation around both self-build PCs and graphics cards. As PC Gamer spotted, Paul noted that in quarter one of 2022, GPUs were the most expensive single component in a gaming PC and were riding around 150% higher than MSRP on average. But even with that premium, the CEO said that gaming PC build activity was slightly higher than pre-pandemic and pre-GPU shortage levels. Furthermore, Paul commented, "We expect the GPU cards will be back to MSRP in the near term, perhaps discounted below MSRP, with GPU and CPU products becoming available and reasonably priced. We expect to see a surge of self-built gaming PC activity in second half of 22 and in 23. We see a similar positive trend with peripherals." Cool. That's good news, man. That's good news. I highly encourage people to build your own PC. I know it's not a venture that everybody's willing to take, but building your own PC gets you accustomed with the components that you have specifically for your computer rig, your computer build. Um, it also helps to teach you the way everything is kind of built together, right? And you'll learn more about the components and what they do, hopefully, while you build a PC as well, which can result in you having a better understanding of how to troubleshoot things should something go wrong in your PC. Yeah. Um, I personally just have a lot of fun building them. I don't get to do it very often, but I love building PCs. Um, I've tinkered with stuff like that since I was very young, and I think it's good. Quite often, you'll find a lot of the um, manufacturers, the companies that uh, sell PCs don't have great support. They don't have great support. So um, while you might buy into a bit of a warranty or something like that for your PC when you buy it, um, I have heard some pretty significant horror stories about trying to get some of the even bigger name PC builders uh, to get issues fixed for you if you have something fail or you're having issues. So I don't know. To each their own. That's just my opinion. But it's good to see that. Look, and this is not the first report that we've seen about GPU prices falling. Um, Asus come out and said that they're expecting the same thing a while back. So it looks like it's trending that way. Doctor Strange fans want a video game from Control Dev Remedy Entertainment. Following the massive release of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, fans of the character want to see the character in a video game developed by Remedy Entertainment. Earlier this week, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was released to solid reviews and no shortage of hype. The film is the character's second solo outing after appearing in two Avengers films and Spider-Man No Way Home. The film has been highly anticipated due to it being the first real deep dive into Marvel's multiverse. Yeah. Which leads to a number of wild cameos and trippy moments for audiences to chew on. With all that said, the hype and reception for the film has led fans wishing for a Doctor Strange game from Control and Max Payne developer Remedy Entertainment. Graphic design Rock Rider imagined what a Doctor Strange game from Remedy on PS5 could look like. Many have stated that Remedy should take on the game for how well they've been able to take trippy concepts like Control and effortlessly execute on them. Take out the guns and mix it with some more magic, you've got a match made in heaven. Rumors of a Remedy developed Doctor Strange game have been swirling for a while, but they don't seem to hold any weight. Remedy is currently working on Alan Wake 2 and remakes of the first two Max Payne games. Yeah, it's also believed that they're working on a sequel to Control on top of other projects, so they're already quite busy. Nonetheless, it could happen someday. Cool. Awesome. Well, we'll see. Um, I'd be into that. A very good Doctor Strange game. That'd be cool. Uh, okay. Last article for the morning. In Microsoft's Activision deal, it's not just stock prices, but a future world at stake. Uh, there was some head scratching across the big tech and gaming worlds in January when Microsoft announced their agreement to buy Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. Just chump change, right? It's a lot of money. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella framed its largest acquisition ever as a boost to the company's growing metaverse strategy. Even though Activision is best known for blockbuster games such as Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush, but not the mix of AR, VR, and other technology underpinning the fledgling metaverse. Upon closer inspection, however, Microsoft may now be better suited to become a leader in both the metaverse and gaming realms. Microsoft is extremely well positioned for the metaverse. I'm so tired of reading that word. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. The metaverse, as far as everything that I've seen, is nothing new. The metaverse that these developers, the quote unquote metaverse, these developers are bringing to us are worlds we already play in. I I'm so tired of hearing this word be thrown around like it's something new. I have not seen a single dev explain how their version of the metaverse, this vision of the metaverse they have, differs from anything they've given us so far. Nobody is being clear on it. It just seems like a trending keyword to make people feel like they're developing something newer and bigger. But they're not explaining what so what I don't see it as being anything different than we've already had, right? Microsoft is extremely all I need is for developers to start being clear about what the metaverse is going to be bringing to us that we haven't already had. Otherwise, you're just using a word to try to draw people in, a word for things that we've already been given, worlds we're already playing in. Microsoft is extremely well positioned for the metaverse. Bernstein analyst Mark Moldler recently told CNBC, but I don't think this acquisition was purely a metaverse drive. God, they were also looking. Wick, what's up, Mom? Oh, dude, yeah. Hey, happy Mother's Day. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Yeah, yo, good call, good call, good call, Wick. What's up, dude? How are you, buddy? Yo, congrats to the Penguins. Congrats to the Penguins, man. Uh, are we Penguins Stars matchup, dude? Are we gonna see this? They were also looking for bigger ways to gain depth and breadth in gaming. Yeah. What's up, dude? Yeah, yeah. It's Ava. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Ava? Yeah, it is definitely Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I didn't forget. I just got focused mode in this morning on getting the news segment done, but happy Mother's Day. I guess I did forget to an extent because I meant to say it at the beginning of the news segment and I just got right into everything. So, happy Mother's Day out there. Happy Mother's Day to my moms. Um, and yeah, to everybody else, yo, don't forget to tell mom happy Mother's Day. Yeah, very cool. And happy Mother's Day to my wife as well. She's an amazing mother. Ava, how are you? Wick, good call, buddy. What's up, dude? Um, Upon closer inspection, yeah, they were looking for bigger ways to gain depth and breadth in gaming. Mueller anticipated that Microsoft might buy smaller game studios, but ultimately decided it was better to make one big purchase versus a lot of little ones. The proposed deal still requires approvals from shareholders and U.S. and international regulators, which is expected to push the closing to June 2023. Very good, Ava. Good. I'm glad. Happy Sunday. I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, I was a little bit groggy this morning, but we're getting that Java in. You know what I mean? I stayed up a bit late last night working on some of the YouTube channel stuff, but it was worth. It was worth getting more of the videos, the playthroughs put out there and stuff. So it's good. Uh, no doubt, the gaming is an attractive, lucrative sector. Yeah. The global games market generated 180.3 billion in 2021, according to the market research firm Newzoo, which predicts that gaming revenue will soar to 218.8 billion by 2024. eMarketer estimated that 2.96 billion people worldwide played digital games last year, whether via console, computer, or mobile device, and that figure will reach 30.09 billion in 2022, or about a third of the planet's population. Um, Activision Blizzard and the Metaverse. Well, okay, look, man, I can't like. While Activision isn't considered a player in the metaverse, which remains a work in progress with various definitions, that's what I'm saying. We need to know what these these developers all are throwing the same word around, and I haven't seen anything from any developer to lead me to uh, the impression that they're bringing us anything we don't already have in the metaverse. It's just so wild. Blizzard released World of Warcraft 2004 when it was the game studio that later merged with Activision in 2008. Um, it's a virtual world. Your avatar could walk around. It's a virtual world your avatar could walk around in with friends, build a tribe, go on raids together. That's the metaverse. So it's just these worlds we already have. Then that's what this individual's saying. Mike Sepso, a former executive at the combined entity who is now CEO of Vindix, an esports infrastructure platform. Great definition, buddy. Great definition. Thanks for letting us know that it is, in fact, just worlds that we already have. Fantastic. I don't get it, dude. Sepso points to several other games that incorporate metaverse elements such as Roblox, Fortnite, Second Life, and Microsoft's Minecraft. On those platforms, players can teleport between millions of games, build virtual social spaces, and even attend concerts, all while purchasing virtual stuff to heighten the experience. Most of these types of games require VR headsets and consoles, which favors Microsoft with its HoloLens and Xbox hardware. The virtual worlds in those games may not level up to the ones being prognosticated by metaverse proponents. Well, yeah, no, and I agree. I agree. Look, you don't need to change something if it's working and if it's not broken. The thing that's driving me nuts is that there are like these trending keywords in the industry right now, right? You'll see it all the time. NFTs, stay away from them in my opinion. Blockchain, also something I'm not fond of right now. And um and metaverse, right? And it's fine that we already I guess what I'm getting at is there's this trending word, metaverse, right? That all these developers are using to try to um, throw out to communities and the gaming world like they're working on something completely different than what we've already been given. When all I ever see is that when they actually talk about the metaverse, they're talking about things they've already given us, worlds we're already playing in. So it's just it really throws me off kilter and gets me a bit jammed up that they're using this keyword like they're bringing, we're trying to build the metaverse. We're bringing you the metaverse. But anytime they talk about the metaverse, it's these worlds that we're already playing in them. So I agree, Ava, completely. Sometimes not changing. A lot of times not changing. If something's working, right? It's just trendy. It's trendy for them. The thing that is really killing me about it is that they're trying to use it in a way to appeal to people like they're creating something new. They're not just using the word as a new term to refer to the worlds they've already given us. They're actually using this trending word in a way that seems very scammy. Like they're trying to convince us they're bringing us something they haven't already given us. That's what throws me off about it. Fine, if they're bringing us, if the metaverse to them is something new that we haven't ever seen before, cool. But tell us what it is, because everything I've seen when any developer refers to their metaverse is that it's just worlds we already have. And again, it's like, yeah, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? We talk about that quite often. Yeah, a bit. Yeah, a bit. Yeah, I think they're trying to, you know, kind of put blinders on people and get them to think that this is something new. When everything I've seen is that it's not. It's just a trending word to make people think that it's something new when it's actually worlds they're already giving us. Yeah, so absolutely. Yeah, very well put. Yeah, I think it's deceptive. I do. Uh huh. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But again, I mean, look, uh, you are absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Ava. Uh huh. Yeah, that's marketing. Yeah, and I know why they're doing it. It still doesn't make me feel any better about it, right? And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be outspoken about it. Hopefully, more and more people will see these segments, the news segments. They'll be part of our community, and they'll get, kind of my point of view on this, which is if the metaverse is actually going to be something new, cool. Tell us what it is. You know what I mean? But I want to make sure that people understand that right now, metaverse is nothing new for us. I'm just passionate about the industry, and I want to make sure that people see what I'm seeing as well, right? Which is that this is just like kind of a deceptive word being thrown around, like you said, yeah, yeah. So it just because you see it, we see it every single day in the news segment, right? We see it every day, multiple times, numerous times in the news segment, like it is some new thing they're bringing us when it doesn't appear to be. So yeah, it really it gets me riled up, man. I don't. I'm an advocate for us as gamers in this world, right? In this industry, and I want to give people a clear picture of how I'm perceiving things, keep us current on what's going on, and try to make sure that to the greatest extent possible, there continues to be a focus on us as the consumer, as the people that love video games, and as well as advocate for as many people to be have access to the world that we love. That's a really you know big important thing for me in what I do here. as well as just us creating a cool community for everybody to hang out and be a part of. You know. However, and whenever the metaverse materializes, it will be predominantly populated by Gen Z and subsequent generations who will have exclusively grown up in the digital world, especially gaming. According to a recent study of Gen Z gamers by Razorfish and Vice Media Group, they spend twice as much time hanging out with friends in the metaverse than they do in real life. More than half said they would like to experience making money in the metaverse. 33% would like to experience building a career there. 20% of their entertainment leisure budgets will be earmarked for in-game purchases over the next 5 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I appreciate it, Ava. I appreciate it, and I think that the important thing for people to understand is this is my perception, right? And I am open to discussion if what I am saying is not necessarily viewed the same way by anybody else, right? That's cool. That's cool. We can discuss where maybe I might not be seeing some things correctly or what have you. That's what this place is about. All I can give is my perception on things and my view on things that I'm coming across, and I'm always open to discussion, right? Yeah. Activision reported lackluster first quarter earnings, hurt by lower demand for its latest Call of Duty games. But its most notable new investor, Warren Buffett of Berkshire Hathaway, has been increasing his company's stake a merger arbitrage play. He told Berkshire Hathaway shareholders of the recent annual meeting, betting that Microsoft's proposed acquisition of the video game company will close. Berkshire now owns almost 10% of Activision shares. As tech has cratered, Activision's stock price has fallen as much as 20% below Microsoft's bid of $95 per share. Ooh. Clay Griffin. I know you do. I know you do, Wick. You're such a troll. Clay Griffin, an analyst at Moffett Nathanson, said the weaker than expected numbers on Call of Duty are bad for the fundamental story behind Activision. I wondered though if how much the numbers have increased since their new patch hit. Right, they just came out with a new season, a new content patch for Call of Duty, and they've also announced uh, the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 sequel. I can't keep up with. They're naming these things all the same, so it's kind of driving me crazy. But should the deal collapse and Activision be forced to go it alone, the stock would probably be valued somewhere in the mid $60 range. But Griffin doesn't expect that to happen. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. A lot of these acquisitions that we've come across, right? Like you talk about Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard, Sony acquiring Bungie. We just had Embracer Group grab all these Square Enix. Uh, these are acquisitions that have kind of been like agreed upon to transpire, right? But it takes time for everything to get completed, as it were. A lot of ins and outs of this whole acquisition process, which can last for up to a year. So, um, and there are investigations that happen to make sure that this is a legitimate kind of situation going on by governments and stuff. So it it takes time. It takes time. We probably won't see the Activision Blizzard purchase from by Microsoft or the Bungie purchase from Sony happen until later this year. To finalize it, that is if it gets approved by these governmental agencies and entities and stuff. Um, Probably won't see it fully transpire, fully be acquired and purchased until later this year. I would imagine. So we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, there's some weird stuff going on right now with this whole Activision Blizzard purchase by Microsoft. Especially, I mean, you look at what they offered per share at the time of agreement, and how that stock has dropped almost a quarter. Uh, That's a bit concerning. I'm sure. I'm sure. Um, Real quick, on this note, let's take a look at is it Modern Warfare that just had the new season? I don't play these games, so yeah, April 27th. Let's see. Oh man, come on. Let's see here. Because we had read right before, like, I mean, probably about a week before this new season came out and update for Call of Duty, we had read where they lost like half their player base up to at that point. They had lost like 50 million players in the game, and I think that's one of the reasons you see the price of the stock falling. Um, when was this? Yeah, I mean, let's see. This does not look current. When was this? This does not look current. The it's giving me like July and September of 21 as the last. Let me see. I'm interested here. That doesn't help either. I don't know what a good site is to find this. That hasn't been updated to be current either. It's kind of what I'm wanting to see is, oh, that's super old. And this is 21. I don't know. I don't know. We're not going to be able to find it, I don't think. It might be a bit too soon to have numbers out as well. I don't know. As far as, I mean, probably not. I just need to find a good website, I think. Um, the They lost like half their player base for that game. They lost like half of it, and then they came out with this new patch, and I'm wondering how many people it brought back in. Yeah, I mean it was a significant amount. We came across it in the news a couple weeks ago. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that whole like acquisition plays out. But I think it's definitely concerning that at the price since Microsoft offered $95 a share to buy the company, the shares themselves have decreased in by 20% in value. Uh, it's significant. It's significant. We'll see how it goes. See how it goes. Um, Unless anybody has anything else to bring up for the news segment, that will be it for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, mothers. Um, for 8th of May. Yeah, 8th of May. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Um, on that note, we will be heading over to play our Lost Ark content. If you are, yo gamer, what's up, buddy? How you been? Um, if you're viewing this on YouTube, if you didn't catch this live, you're viewing this on YouTube. Consider coming and hanging out with us every morning. We go live at 6 o'clock a.m. Central North American time, and we do the news segment every single day. And then we move on to gaming. Right now is Lost Ark content on the weekends, and we do variety games during the week. We will be continuing a bit of Hand of Fate 2 playthrough this week, and then moving on to Valheim. Valheim community play should be a good time. Um, but yeah, see what you can do if you're enjoying the segment. See what you can do about coming and hanging out with us. Um, if you are viewing this after it being live and as a VOD, then stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. I hope that everybody does very well, and we'll see you tomorrow for May 9th's edition of Gaming News. All right.